Hey everybody, it's me, James Powell. Looking at this week, which is week three's discussion of geo-targeting and customization. This week we're looking at the geo-targeting and localization of how we're going about our internet marketing jobs. We've been asked to really look at three questions, but you know, when I think of geo-targeting and localization, I mean, what's the first thing we think of when we hear the word geo-targeting? Geo, worldwide. Localization, that's our local market. But you know, we really have to look at how these local markets can be local worldwide. When I say that, I mean it in this way. If we're doing something here at home, and say I'm here in El Dorado, Kansas, which is where I live, okay, I'm going to focus a lot of my marketing right here to the local crowd. Well, say I have a client that is in Glasgow, Scotland, okay? Well, I have to look at the target market as if I were a local in Glasgow. So what kind of keywords am I going to be looking up? Well, I'm going to be looking up things that are specific to that location or targeting the local market. Now, we can say, well, how is that geo-targeting? Well, obviously, since I'm in America and they're in Scotland, I'm looking at this as a worldwide base. But moreover, those keywords and key phrases can be used to target the entire world. But we have to be very careful on how we go about doing this. You know, the first question is, what's the relationship between the geo-targeting and localization? I think we just answered that in a fairly short manner. Second question, how can internet marketers combine these concepts to better serve their customers? Well, that's pretty simple. We have to think as if we are a local. What would the local populace be looking up in any given market? You know, that's the basic concepts of internet marketing, which many of us forget about. We have to think like the consumer of that local market. And the third question, how do cultural customization impact keywords prioritized for different geo-targeting efforts such as international versus local markets? Well, that can be something as simple as the cultural differences between where you're at locally and your geo market. When I say that, I mean in such a way that, well, in our other class, I'm using the United Arab Emirates as an example for that class. If I'm running let's say I'm trying to target males between the ages of 21 and 35. Well, here in the US, I may target that using the sex appeal method. You know, because we all know sex sells. But if I was in somewhere like the UAE and I tried that same formula, I could very easily find myself in legal trouble because they're an Islamist state. I could find myself with death threats because they take that stuff very seriously over there. Same can be said for if we were doing business trying to market in Great Britain, and say we're marketing cowboy boots, and we simply use the keyword boot. Now, what we consider a boot is a piece of footwear, obviously. But in Great Britain, if you say the boot, that's the trunk of a car. So we have to be very careful on how we word things and in the cultures we're looking at. I can tell you in Scotland, they find it very offensive to call them British, number one, to give them the two fingers up, meaning I'm number two, but to them it's a little bit different meaning. So our keywords are exactly the same, and we have to prioritize them specifically to that demographic. And we really have to look at those cultures and really study those cultures. We don't want to make any mistakes that could cost us our jobs, our freedoms, and, you know, as a capitalist, our money. So, you know, I hope you've enjoyed this short little video. I know I have fun making them. Thanks, and I look forward to your comments.